Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Baker Bulldog Memorial Stadium in tonight's Greater Oregon League matchup. Featuring the visitors, please welcome the Grande Tigers. And the home team, Baker Bulldog. Ladies and gentlemen, if able, please stand. Tonight's flag bearer in the north end zone is Peyton Peppers and her magical horse, Merlin. Once again, please stand and remove your hats as we honor our country with the playing of our national anthem, performed by Baker High School Pep Band. The Baker High School Pep Band. And thank our flag bearer, Peyton Peppers, and her horse, Merlin. Now let's meet tonight's starters. First, the Grande offense. At receiver, senior number 1, Ryder McElroy. At wide receiver and his senior, number 2, Landon Hood. At quarterback and a sophomore, number 10, Jack Musgrove. At wide receiver and a senior, number 5, Asher Farnham. At receiver and a senior, number 12, Dean Finley. At tight end and a senior, number 13, Riley Cran. On the line and a junior, number 51, Dex Dunlap. On the line and a senior, number 62, Dallin Crisera. On the line is senior number 68, Carson DeClue. And on the line is senior number 69, Emmett Thyler. The Tigers are coached by Dalton Sheets, assisted by Ann Nevings, Micah Fields, Mike Sharman, and Rich McMoyle. And now, in the name of brotherhood and a dedication to team first, I present to you in mass your Baker Bulldog. The hot dog cannon made an appearance. thank our sponsors, Outstanding Computer Repair and Gas and Accounting.
Good evening, everyone out there watching. Welcome to Baker Bulldog Memorial Stadium for homecoming nights here at Baker High School and one of the great GOL rivalries as the Grande Tigers come to town. If you're just joining us, the Tigers won the toss, elected to defer, so they will be kicking off to Baker, who will receive here. Deep to receive for Baker is number 15, Carson Johnson. Both of these teams coming in off big wins last week. Ontario at home took it to the Tigers of Ontario, taking that one 48-0, while the Bulldogs found themselves down 21-0 in Grande, but managed 27 straight points, including 6 in overtime for the walk-off win. So we got two hot teams here vying for some action. Bulldogs, Johnson able to pick it up, see how much room he can make, tries to cut it back, but going to be stopped right there. So nice coverage there for the Tigers. The Bulldogs will start 1st and 10 deep in their own zone. Last week for the Bulldogs, Wellman, the quarterback, connected with Eli Long, the receiver, for 3 touchdowns and really sparked that fourth quarter comeback. We'll see if they can keep up their momentum. After talking to head coach Jeff Olivier, who is the new Bulldog head coach, he told me he's thinking the key to the game is going to be who plays the cleanest game, both in terms of penalties and turnovers. He said whoever's going to win that battle, he thinks is going to win the game. So we'll see what we get going. All right, so the Bulldogs taking over here. Wellman in the backfield as the quarterback. Maldonado, the receiver. Wellman's going to roll. Looked like he threw. Might have been a fumble. I think they're going to call it a fumble. Yeah, it looks like they're going to call it a fumble here. So a 2-yard loss for the Bulldogs there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 12 for Baker here, deep in their own zone like I mentioned. The Bulldogs primarily are going to run Crawford, Long at receiver, and Maldonado at running back, and Martin their tight end. And they'll send in a few other wide receivers. Looks like we got a false start on the center for the Bulldogs, so that'll move them back even deeper. So if you're the Grande defense, you're loving the situation right now. Bulldogs moving themselves backwards here. As the head coach, Olivier, said, who's going to play the cleanest game? The Bulldogs just had a fumble. Granted, they recovered it. And a penalty. So not the start you want to see for the Bulldogs, but if you're the Tigers, you got them backed up here. They might unleash some of the linebackers, see if we can get a blitz, maybe a safety. All right, so it's going to be Wellman coming out in the pistol, Maldonado behind him. Long there, 7 in the slot. Martin, the tight end, comes in motion. Wellman's going to roll, looking for long, but he's just going to take off himself and pick up some yards. He's going to pick up about 5, I believe, on that run, depending on where they spot him. At about the 10. Okay, so even 6. You see the replay here. Wellman's looking for long there, but he's double covered. Decides to make the smart move, pull it down, picks up 6, gets it back to 3rd and somewhat manageable here, 3rd and 10. The Tigers this year overall on the year 2 and 3. The Bulldogs 1 and 4. But both teams will tell you the league is up for grabs. Seems like all the teams kind of in a little bit of a rebuilding year. Wellman's looking for a quick screen. He's overthrows his man there. He's looking for Maldonado. Had him. It was a tough play, though, because he had to dump it over the defensive line. So that'll bring up 4th and 10 and what we imagine to be a Bulldog punt. While we're waiting here, as you know, this is all provided free to our customers on behalf of our wonderful sponsors. So while the Bulldogs are getting ready here, let's let you know about our first, Hobby Habit. Hobby Habit is located in Grande and is a Traxxas exclusive dealer. What that means to you is they're the only place in Eastern Oregon that has the Traxxas Mini Slash 4x4 right now. It just came out. This car is sweet. You got a Mini Slash 4x4. It's take anywhere powerhouse that slips easily into a backpack and delivers all-day speed and fun in just about any environment. Hobby Habit, 411 Fur in Grande, just for the fun of it. All right, so Wellman able to get up a pretty good punt there considering he's deep in his own end zone. Grande able to make a little bit of a return. Great starting field position for the Tigers here at the Bulldogs 39, 1st and 10. We'll see what the Tigers draw up. The Tigers going to be led by their quarterback, a sophomore, 6'1", 175, number 10 there, Jack Musgrove. Going to hand it off there as they do a quick fullback dive up the middle. That's going to be Dean Fenley.
Dean Fenley, the ball carrier.
Picks up about 3. Yeah, they're going to give him, 4. So it'll be 2nd and 6 here coming up for the Tigers. Tigers going to, for the most part, going to try and ground and pound against this Bulldog team, I believe, tonight. Always a very well-disciplined team. All right, they're going to come out. Trips to the left here. Musgrove in shot. Fenley to his left. Flag on the play here. Going to be an offsides, I believe, against the Bulldogs. So the Tigers go early on the hard count there. Pick up 5, make it 2nd and 1 here. Same formation, trips to the left. You got Hood in the nearest slot, pretty open there. They're going to give it right to him on a quick wide receiver screen. Makes one guy miss, makes another. Going to be brought down there by the Bulldogs. Number 9, Ryder Nimmo makes the tackle, but not before an 8-yard gain and a Tigers first down.
Pass is complete. Result of the play, first down, Tigers.
So with just about 10 minutes here to go in the first quarter, still 0-0. If you're just joining us, welcome and thank you. The Tigers actually won the coin flip, and deferred. They kicked it off to the Bulldogs, who went 3 and out. They punted. This is the Tigers' first possession here. They're going to give it on a little inside handoff there to Ryder McElmoyle. He's going to find some room. Picks up about 7.
Tucker by Anderson. 2nd and 3.
All right, so Tigers coming out now, also in shotgun. 3 wide receiver set. Chaub, the running back, to Musgrove's left. And I think the Tigers just got the Bulldogs to jump again.
Encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
All right, so there you heard the official. It's going to bring up a first down there for the Tigers, deep in Bulldog territory. I believe they're right at the 10, so first and goal from the 10. They're going to give it to Chubb. Little outside handoff. He sees a little room. Picks up 5 before he's tripped up there by Crawford, the safety for the Bulldogs. Chubb had himself quite the game last week, taking on the Tigers, or the Ontario Tigers, I should say. So after the gain of 5, we'll have second and goal here from the 5. All right, 2 wide receiver set, 2 tight ends there to the left, although Hood, the wide receiver, right on the end of the line. So Musgrove with Chubb to his right. McElmoyle in motion, but we got a flag. Looks like it's going to be false start on the Tigers. Let's listen in.
False start offense. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
All right, so after the 5-yard pickup on first down, the false start moves it back 5, the right where they started at the 10 here on second and goal. All right, another 3 wide receiver set. McElmoyle in the slot. Chubb to Musgrove's left. This is going to be Hood in motion. Fake pitch. Musgrove's going to take it himself. He's got a hole. Little spin move into the end zone for the first touchdown of the game. Goes to the Tigers. 10-yard run here by Musgrove. They're going to fake the pitch to Wood. Got a big pulling guard there. Great work by the Tiger line. And they'll take the early 6, pending the extra point, 7-point lead. So it'll be Chubb kicking for the Tigers. Just looking for the right ball to get in there. So it'll be Chubb to kick. Farnan to snap. Kick is up and good. So the Tigers take an early 7-point lead after each team with 1 possession. We'll take a quick break and be back right after this. Sounds good. Also, just an FYI, my feed gets frozen. Seems like every, I don't know, so often, so I just have to refresh it. So if I'm not seeing something you put up, that's why, just FYI. All right, back here at Baker Bulldog Memorial Stadium on homecoming night for the Bulldogs. Winner of this game is going to take sole possession of first in the GOL. Both of these teams 1-0. So it'll be the Tigers to kick here. Johnson and Long deep to receive for the Bulldogs. Ooh, little pooch kick. See if they can get a little offside. Maybe might go out of bounds. Nope, Bulldogs able to recover it in time. That was a great kick, actually, there by the Tigers. Wow, that was perfect. And a great recovery there by the Bulldogs. That was Jack Murphy making the recovery. That was about a 1-step difference in terms of the Tigers getting possession there. So we'll see what the Bulldogs are able to do now on their second possession. Bulldogs, as most of you may know, or if not, are led by junior quarterback Quinn Wellman, number 13, 6'1", 185. Quarterback not afraid to run and bang in there as well. So the Bulldogs come out, 4 wide receiver set here, trips to the right. Snap. Wellman's going to keep it, and he's going to get a nice run here, looking out to the right. Gets pushed out of bounds there, but not before a gain of about 8. So bring up second and short here. We'll see where they exactly spot the ball. Looks like it's going to be about the 7.
Second and 2.
2nd and 2. You're going to give them 8 on the carry. So right on cue there, Wellman shows off the wheels. Bulldogs trying to spread out the Tiger defense with the 4 wide receivers. In the backfield to Wellman's right is going to be Colton Lucian, number 22. Again, 4 wide receiver set, trips to the right. They're going to give to Lucian off the edge. He's got a lot of room there. Chobb there trying to make a miss. Oh, and a great tackle there in the open field. Savon Chobb, great take there. But a big gain for the Bulldogs. Lucian there over the left side. You saw a lot of room. Brought down there at about the 49. So 1st and 10 now for the Bulldogs. Going to keep it in the 4 wide receiver set here. Trips to the right to the near side there. Long on the edge. 7. Lucian still the back. Going to give it to again. Same sort of play there. Got a nice pull block. Looks like that was Jackson Forstling on the pull block there. Able to clear a little bit of space for Lucian. Picks up 3. Going to bring up 2nd and 7 now for the Bulldogs as they cross midfield for the first time. Just about to cross 7 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Another 4 wide receiver set. Lucian to Wellman's right. Anderson the near receiver, and he's going to flinch a little early. Another false start. All right, so another false start penalty there. Welcome, everyone. If you're out there joining me, I appreciate you being here tonight. Like I mentioned, it's homecoming night here for the Bulldogs, so a big game, and plus the rivalry between both the Tigers and the Bulldogs should make for a fun one tonight. And again, appreciate you for joining us here. All right, back to the action. 2nd and 12. Wellman with Lucian to his left. Going to drop back. Quick pass there, looking for the tight end, Nimmo, who makes it. Brought down, though, right away by Ryder McElmoyle, the free safety for the Tigers. So the completion picks up about 1. So it'll be about 3rd and a long 11, you could say. So you imagine the Bulldogs going to go to the air here. We'll see if Nimmo looks for his favorite receiver, Long, there. See where Long lines up. Long's going to line up on the near side right there, number 7. So 3 wide receiver set, 1 tight end. Wellman with Lucian to his left. Snap. Looking for the quick screen there to Long. See if he can make anyone miss. Slips on the turf. Unable to get anything going. But the Tigers had it fairly well covered. He definitely would have picked up some yards. But I'm not thinking the first down. So Bulldogs now faced with another 4th down, which we imagine would be another punt. Wellman again serves also as the punter. Had a nice 40-plus yard punt on the last 4th down. Tigers were able to return it for about 10, so only a net of 30. Deep to receive for the Tigers is going to be senior Landon Hood. Wellman gets the punt off. Good kick. Angled to Hood's left. Gets a bounce, and we'll see if he's able to pick it up. He is. Makes a man miss. See what kind of coverage the Bulldogs. Oh, he's got a lane to the edge, and that will go. He's going to go. There is nobody there for senior Landon Hood, who takes it to the house for the 2nd touchdown of the game for the Grande Tigers. Take a look at the replay here. That's almost a situation where the punt was so good, he outkicked his coverage. And then Hood was able to make the first man miss, and there was nobody along that sideline as the play began on the near hash mark. So Landon Hood takes it to the house for the 2nd touchdown. Just under 5 minutes to go here. Have Chobb here to attempt the kick. Looks good. So the Tigers will take an early 14-0 lead, and we'll take a break and be back right after this. And I'll do the next read right when we come back from the break. All right, welcome back again. And while these teams get set for the next kickoff, I got to tell you about our next great sponsor, B&K Auto Salvage and Recycling. Big thank you to B&K for supporting local football. B&K doesn't just specialize in new and used parts for your vehicle. They have a commercial dumpster service as well, tire recycling, metal demolition, and cleanup, and they buy used cars. B&K Auto Salvage and Recycling in Pendleton, LeGrand, and Baker City. Get a hold of them today for all your auto parts, metal scrapping, and salvage needs. B&K Auto Salvage and Recycling. All right. Tigers getting ready to tee it up here. Once again, Johnson and Long deep to receive for the Bulldogs. Kick, they're going to go with another pooch. It got pretty close last time. The Bulldogs got to get on that. Jack Murphy, once again, I believe, makes a great recovery for the Bulldogs. So they'll start with good field position on their third possession. Both teams 2 possessions thus far. Granted, the second possession for the Tigers was only on special teams. So the Bulldogs take over 1st and 10. Ball's going to be on the 33. All right, so 3 wide receivers set. Martin, the tight end. Maldonado, the running back, to Wellman's left. Or excuse me, Nimmo's the tight end, but Wellman on the carry regardless. Picks up about 1. So it'll bring up 2nd and 9. All right, trips wide receiver again. You got Nimmo in the backfield, Maldonado behind, Wellman in the pistol. Going to fake the end. Ooh, nice. Got Long on the end around. He's got some speed and some room. He's getting a great block from his wide receiver who lets him go. Long on the sideline. Oh, they're going to call they threw a flag at the wide receiver for that block. Ooh, that was a tough one. I thought he let him go as soon as he went past him. So this is going to be a first down. You'll see the hold coming up right there. Yeah, it's close. Definitely close. But a big play there for the Bulldogs. About half of it's going to come back, or at least more than half. So it'll be 10 yards from the spot of the foul, so it will be a first down. Tough call there for the Bulldogs. Again, that's one of those things where there's definitely some grabbing going on both ways, but once the receiver passes or the ball carrier passes, you got to let him go, and the official probably just thought he held on for a half second too long there. So either way, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs here at their own 44. See if they can get another big play here. You got bunch formation to the right, Long to the left. We'll see if they take a shot. Nope, they're just going to run Wellman to the right. Gets a few blocks, able to make a man miss. Picks up about 5, I believe, there. So a nice gain on first down for the Bulldogs. While they're getting set for their next play, I got to hit you up with our next wonderful sponsor. Reed and Associates can help you during the Medicare election period, which is October 15th through December 7th. And they have some great news. Starting September 15th, Reed and Associates will also have an office at 1902 Resort Street right here in Baker City. They have great professional, friendly, and knowledgeable staff and service and are huge supporters of the youth in the community. Reed and Associates for home, auto, Medicare, and life. Give them a call, 541-975-1364. Or stop by 904 Adams Street in LeGrand or 1902 Resort Street in Baker City. So the Bulldogs get a short completion there for 2 yards. So it's going to bring up, they give him, looks like they gave him a 6 on the first down run, plus 2. So it's going to be 3rd and 2 here to go. See what the Bulldogs elect to do. This could be 4-down territory, too, for them, especially if they maybe get like 1 yard or so. But they'll come out 3 wide receiver set, Long the top of the screen, Crawford in the slot, Nimmo the tight end on the near side, and Maldonado behind Wellman. They're going to give the fake handoff. They're going to roll to Wellman's right. He's looking for Nimmo, the tight end. Great catch. Big hit, but he completes it. Big hit there, but Nimmo able to hold on to that. A big first down. And Nimmo's a big kid himself. So, picks up the first down. Got to imagine Wellman appreciates that. He went right over to him after him. Gave him a big, yeah, buddy. All right, Wellman, Maldonado behind him. Drops back to pass. He's going for Long deep. Long's got a half step. Doesn't quite see the pass, and it's going to roll just right. Long had a step there, but the rush forced Wellman to throw it just a second or so before he was ready. I'm sure the Bulldog offensive coordinators put that note in their hat for later. Tigers running primarily a 4-3 defense here. Instead of a free safety and a strong safety, kind of equal there, they just got Chubb as the deep safety. Hood kind of moves around, looks like as a rover, if you will. Cornerbacks Hood and Fenley on the top of the screen. So Bulldogs going to hand it off to Maldonado around the left. He's got a block there, see if he can get the outside. Just can't. Great pursuit tackle there by the Tigers. That looked like the cornerback there. I believe it was. Yes, number 12, Dean Fenley, makes the tackle. So Maldonado going to pick up 1. Bring up 3rd and 9 here for the Bulldogs. So 3rd and 9 here if you're the Bulldogs. Again, you pick up 5 or 6. This could be 4-down territory. You'd like to at least get some positive yards here to make it a little bit of a decision, although they might go for it either way. Trips to the left, top of the screen. Wellman's going to look for the cross, throws it just high, looking for Anderson there on the slant. Throws it just a bit high. Certainly no doubting Wellman's arm strength, that's for sure. He and Long connected on a couple of huge deep plays of 70-plus yards last week in Pendleton. And the game-tying touchdown, if you were watching right here, was quite the toss by Wellman, who dropped it right in the bucket in long stride as he took it to the house. It was quite the throw. So we'll see. 4th and 9 here, what the Bulldogs elect to do. Late substitution. We'll make sure the play clock isn't going to expire. They look okay here, so they are going to go for it. Wellman, it's going to be Martin in motion. Fake, going to go right. He's looking for Maldonado out of the backfield. Yeah, he doesn't have anyone. So great coverage there by the Grande defense. So it'll be a turnover on downs for the Bulldogs. Tough end to the drive there after the long there you go. Eli Long end around was called back on a hold. So we'll see what the Tigers can do here. While they're getting ready to run their next play, let me hit you up about our next sponsors, Geyer and Associates. They're CPAs in Eastern Oregon's full-service accounting and tax specialists with office in Baker City and LeGrand. And they're supporting youth sports since, get this, 1946. Geyer and Associates. Tigers here, end around, big play coming here for Dean Fenley as he takes it all the way down to the Bulldog 20, and the Tigers are back in a great spot here. See the replay, he's got a couple lead blocks there. Fenley takes it all the way down to the 20 before he's finally pushed out there by senior Connor Martin. So Musgrove in the shot here. Got Fenley and McRamoyle on his left and right. They're going to give it to McRamoyle. Ooh, he slips. Hopefully his lineman there, okay. You never like to see anyone fall into the back of a lineman's knees. Everyone looks okay there. Great. So McRamoyle, after the slip, only picks up about 1. So we're going to go 2nd and 9 here. Just a minute to go here in the first quarter. Tigers coming out 2 wide receiver set. Make that 3. Hood there is going to be on the end of the line. Fenley to Musgrove's right. Fake handoff. Musgrove's going to take it right. Got a couple people coming behind him. He's going to be brought down there behind by Colton Lucian and Roman Zikgraf after a gain of about 4. And while the Tigers are deciding here if they're going to run the last play, I got to hit you up another one of our wonderful sponsors here, Gray's West and Company. Pioneer Chapel is renowned after more than 90 years of excellence. They provide unparalleled personal service, unmatched facilities, and guaranteed value to every family that calls upon their family. Located right here in Baker City at 1500 Dewey Avenue. Hit them up or call 541-523-3677 or grayswestco.com. Musgrove looking to the end zone. Got a man in the bucket. Believe that's going to be good. Yep. Complete there to Ryder McRamoyle for the Tigers' 3rd touchdown as the quarter expires. Take a look here. Musgrove dumps it right into the corner of the end zone, right into the bucket. And McRamoyle makes a great catch, keeps his feet in. Both in good on Sunday there. So we'll do the extra point before the quarter officially ends. Job here to kick. Kick is up. And good. So at the end of the first quarter, Tigers take a 21-0 lead. Bulldog possession when we come back after this.
Let's see the first quarter.
All right, welcome back once again to Bulldog Memorial Stadium at the start of the second quarter. Tigers will be kicking off to the Bulldogs. They switch sides here, switch ends. See if the Tigers elect to do another pooch/mini onside attempt, or if they decide to go deep, the Bulldogs take that away, force them to kick it deep. You got Long and Johnson deep to receive for Baker. Going to do a little